of this, I was wondering your thoughts. It looked like Isaiah tried to grab your ankle there when he was kind of laying on the baseline. Did you see that, and if you did you think it was malicious in any way?
On what play?
There was a play where he was on the ground, and it looked like he tried to grab your ankle as you were going away. So,
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see it, truthfully, so I don't know the play.
Dave.
Dave McGrath, ESPN. Kevin, what does it do for you to get featured the way you were to start the second quarter? You told us in the off week that the numbers don't matter as long as you guys win, but when Ty says he's going to go to you and then he goes to you, what does it do for you?
Oh, he's just inserted me in a different lineup, and I think more than anything tonight, whether it was Braun or Tristan on the short roll or Kyrie, those guys playing downhill, they were finding me. But it was really a group effort, and Braun said it. We wanted to come in and set the tone and dictate the game, and we felt like we did a good job of doing that. And as far as that second quarter, I thought I got a lot of great shots and was being aggressive in the first. So it wasn't just me. Felt like everybody was moving the ball, passing the ball well, and like I mentioned, on both ends of the floor, our game plan was pretty tight.
Jason.
Jason Lloyd, The Athletic. LeBron, by my count, they put about 8 different defenders on you. They rolled a bunch of different guys, whether it's switches or matchups or whatever. When you're having success on no matter who they're putting on you, you think that does anything for you momentum-wise, or does it defeat them at all when they're trying so many different options on you and none of them are working?
I don't think it's no momentum. I pretty much know how many guys I'm going to see throughout the course of a game. I know the guy that's going to start on me. I know the guy that's going to shift off onto me if a sub happens or, if they go small or if they go big. So, for me, the only thing on my mind is how we can execute the best way we can to get a bucket in this possession. Either if I can get myself shot, if I can drive, get my shooters a shot, or if I can get something for double T in the paint, or if we get to the free throw line. So, it's not even it's not an individual matchup for me. No matter who's in front of me, I'm just trying to. My mind is always racing on how I can make us the best possession at that particular time.
Bob Sean, the Citizen, for both of you guys. LeBron, I know you study the game the way you do. Are you setting up Kevin to get the best out of him from perhaps back to his Minnesota days? And Kevin, is this as good as you felt? I mean, in terms of your comfort zone, year 3 with the team.
Well, for me, I saw it in Kev this morning. I knew what type of game he was going to have, and so he came through for us. And I think, we want the mentality of Kevin from Minnesota, but he doesn't have to. His usage rate doesn't have to be as high as Minnesota. Obviously we all know that he was a featured guy pretty much every possession going down the floor. And here that's changed a little bit because we have other guys, but his mentality needs to stay the same as Minnesota. And I think, as he continues to get even more comfortable, and tonight was one of those instances where, every time he got the ball, it was a small guard or somebody was in the post, he was aggressive. He grabbed every rebound for the most part with him and Tristan in the paint, and he was very aggressive with his shot. And he also got to the free throw line 10 times, 9. But so it definitely, that mentality from Minnesota is what we all love.
I'm sorry, LeBron. How did you manage to, with all the days off, kind of keep the discipline that you had day in, day out with practice, and Kevin too, with obviously all the time you guys have had off, and making sure the momentum was still there?
Well, we put in a lot of work. And Coach gave us a couple of days off after we closed the series in Toronto, but after that, we've been on the practice court or we've been in the weight room training as if we were playing. And there's no way you can substitute a game. We all know that. But, the work that we put in this week, we just tried to, be as up to speed as possible when the game did come. And, tonight was just another opportunity for us to, implement our scheme. Our coaching staff gave us a great game plan, and it was up to us to go out and execute it.
Ken Berger with The Athletic. LeBron, you've had a lot of playoff moments here in this building, some great moments for you, some disappointments as well. There seemed to be a relentlessness or a ruthlessness in in your game and in your approach tonight. Is that for you? Is that for your teammates, or is that for the opponent?
Well, I think it's the mindset that you have to have when you go on the road for game one. You can't start the game off, lax or shooting a bunch of jump shots. And that's my mindset. We got guys that can shoot the heck out of the ball, and obviously Kev showed that tonight. But for myself, I have to be in attack mode and just put the pressure on the defense and see what happens. And I was able to do that and kind of just set the tone early, on what we needed to do. And once I started to see the defense start to crack in, then I started to find my shooters. And I don't even think we played, that great tonight. I mean, we definitely didn't shoot the ball, as well as we capable of shooting. I know Kyle had 3 or 4 very, very good looks that he missed, when we had a good stretch. But, I think the energy and the effort and the mindset was where it needed to be starting on the road, especially in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. For both of you guys, Ty said before the game that with the strategy that you're using defensively, you're going to give something up. And sometimes it's going to be open shots, and you have to be okay with that. How do you get to a point, or what does it take to be okay with giving up uncontested shots at times?
I think that's kind of been our blueprint is, we're just taking the ball out of, whether it's the first option or second option's hand and making other guys make plays. We know that they have a number of guys, they're well coached as well, that, they got that next man up. They have a lot of skilled guys, a lot of guys that can shoot the basketball, a lot of guys that can score in bunches. So, we felt like, as Bron mentioned, we came in with a great mindset on the road, a great game plan, and just try to make other guys make plays, maybe put them in uncomfortable situations. But more than anything, defensively, we have the next man up mentality. We're always have our brothers' backs, and a second, third, and fourth efforts for us. So tonight we were pretty good on the defensive end. As Bron said, we felt like we could have played better, and there's some things we'll look at tomorrow that will be better for Friday.
Last question, Marla.
Kevin, I was just wondering if you could answer his question about how you
Sure.
feel about, being comfortable and, after 3 years and just, is it, and now you're healthy. I mean, it seems like it's all coming together at this point.
Sure. I mean, as I mentioned to Ty last week, and throughout these playoffs, it doesn't matter to me if I'm getting 5 shots or 25 shots. I just want to win. I know I can impact the game, whether it shows up in the stat sheet or not. And I think that has allowed me to be comfortable out there on the floor, knowing that my mindset is really there, still being aggressive and making plays. As I mentioned, whether those are showing up or not, but. Just having all these guys back and being there for them is huge, and I embrace that.
You can't say what you saw this morning out of him, can you?
I like you, though, Marlon. I really do.